All right, in this video, I'm going to show you what are the best cold email tools to use in 2023. I've kind of done a little bit of research myself. I've used cold email in the past for my past agencies, and it is the best format of outreach and getting clients on the calls to then close them on my offer. I have an updated B2B sales consultant offer that I want to use this for. So I figure what better way is to record this so that you all can also get some insight on how to build out your cold email campaign. So I'm going to go for kind of some quick summary of steps of when you're setting up your cold email campaign. I'm going to show you some tools that I've researched and that I personally like using. In the past, I haven't done cold email for a little bit. I'm kind of starting fresh, and it's going to be interesting when I kind of go through all that process and get it all on camera for you guys to just follow and build out your own. All right, so let's just get to it. Okay, so the very first step in setting up your cold email campaign is getting a completely different domain than your main domain. So what does that mean? So I just want to show you for my website and the main domain that I use to talk to my clients or anyone who is on my staff or my team or anybody that is kind of it's my main domain, like it's my main email account, everything. Thebizzycoach.com is something that I don't want to touch or tarnish per se. The nature of cold emails, honestly, when you're sending out, especially in mass numbers, a small percentage is going to get marked as spam or junk from someone who just doesn't want your information or for you to outreach to them. That's okay. That is just part of the game. So the problem is if you get too many of those, your domain is going to start getting affected. It's going to, like, every domain has its own score, which also affects your SEO, which basically affects everything in an online business. What you want to do is create an absolutely separate domain to do your cold email from. So usually you just want to change that like a one letter somewhere. Ideally, since the Bizzy Coach was my main one. Ideally, I probably would have just taken out but I know bizzycoach.com is taken from someone. I don't know whom, but so you can do, put another H or just remove a Z there, so like it's not that super noticeable unless someone really looks. I love Google domains, and that is because Google is still one of your biggest search engines in the world. And so they have just more power in their servers and in their deliverability. The most important thing in cold email is not really even about the subject line or the content of your email. It is literally, does it reach your prospect's inbox? That is the first thing you need to worry about. So that's why this is such an important step of setting it up from the get-go of the right way, because it is much harder for you to repair your domain than just buying a new one. You're going to want to buy a few in the beginning, and I'll show you why in a second, but you can just do one for now. One that you're going to, really use as your main cold email account. I like, the Biz Coach. I'll probably maybe use that. Oh, it's already registered. Then why did you even offer that? Or use some of their, options. You can always do different endings, but people just are a little bit weary when you use different endings. People like to just see .com or .co. Anything, or even .ca, like anything that is kind of different, they might already think it's spam. So you just don't want to do that. Okay, so once you bought your domain, the next thing you want to do is warm up this inbox. So there is a tool that you can do that now, which is warm up inbox. Why is this important? When you get a brand new domain, it's like a new baby. You cannot just send out hundreds and thousands of emails out of the gate with it, because the servers are going to immediately think you are spam and you are, just sending out to all these people that you do not know, and you are spamming the accounts. And Google takes that really seriously. Most servers do, because they don't want unsolicited emails into their inboxes. So a tool like this of warm up inboxes, it's going to automatically, like within their own service, like basically these companies have hundreds and like however much servers, and they just keep sending emails to each other so that it looks like, you know, there's activity on this inbox or your domain, so that when you start sending it out to people that you don't know, it's already built this reputation of, no, yeah, my emails get opened, I'm trustworthy, and all that kind of stuff. So then it has a much bigger chance of actually entering your prospect's inbox. So you can totally use a tool like this, Warm Up Inbox, or Snove is an all-in-one tool, and that is kind of what I like. There's also Instantly, which is also an all-in-one tool, but it's missing a few things. So I'll kind of get into that a little bit more in a second, but that's the second step. First, get a new domain. Second, warm up that domain inbox. Then third, you want to start building a list to send out these emails to. Like, who are you actually going to send it out to, and where you're going to get that information. So one of the things you can use is Lead Shark. Basically, Lead Shark is, I guess, more small-based businesses. I could be wrong, or more corporate. I've always used kind of like an all-in-one tool, or build my own list from LinkedIn or from my own email list. So if you're kind of just doing it from cold, I've just done my research and people really like Lead Shark. I've also used Apollo for other companies that I've closed for, and they used Apollo. Apollo is definitely more of your Fortune 500 enterprise companies. They say it's also, they have startups or one-person startups, but who knows? It's really up to you. You can also build like a list, like I said, on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. You can get really nitty gritty with that, or you can just build it yourself where you have someone who knows exactly the type of client you're trying to go after. If I had the time, I would absolutely suggest to go that route, to do it manually, where you're going to these websites and to their, you know, your prospects' websites, taking a little bit of a personal information and jotting that down and building a list that way, where you can really see like how many, like what is going to be the correlation from why they need your service or solution. So I think that is the best way to do it. But for time's sake, it's not that easy. Like, you kind of have to, you know, if you want to get things going, and you're already running your business, or, you know, you have fulfillment to do with your clients, it's honestly not that easy, and you just don't have that time. So it's fine. Whichever way you want to go about it, it's totally fine. You just want to start building a list that you can absolutely use to then use an automation tool like this, or even send out manually. But you got to have a list. You got to know who you're sending emails to. So after you have your list of people that you're going to send emails to, the next thing you want to do is verify those emails. So you can use this tool like NeverBounce. NeverBounce, I think, in the industry has one of the highest numbers of verification, meaning I think they like guarantee 99.7 or 99.8% that it's absolutely going to, that it's a clean email, that it will go through. 99.9 guaranteed. So there you go. It is definitely the highest that I've seen in the industry, and people love using NeverBounce. And so let's talk about the all-in-one tools, the Snove and Instantly. Snove, let's go to the pricing because it's going to show us all the things that it can do. So with Snove, which I've used before, but back in the day, it only had email finder and drip campaigns and kind of like automating to send out. It didn't really have the verifier or the warm up, which you can kind of see the warm up is a new thing. This is all in one, right? Like, you can find your leads on here. You can then warm up those new domains that you just purchased, those inboxes here. You can verify those emails on here. You can then automate sending out the emails on here as well. So if you're looking for an easy solution to just get started, I would suggest an all-in-one tool like this. There's also Mailshake, which is even more basic than Snove. It just doesn't have as many features. And Instantly, which I've heard a lot of great things about, but it's actually just a newer tool in the game. I haven't personally used it myself, and I don't think it has verification. Let me just double check. It doesn't. So it does have, in the sense of their email accounts, they do have an unlimited email warm-up, which could, be less costly. But it really just, again, depends. Maybe if you're using a tool like this, we'll go to the pricing. Even just having 50 or 150, per inbox, sorry. Per inbox is these prices. So yeah, maybe that is, depending on how you're trying to do this, right? Again, I always say research for yourself for what's the best solution is going to fit you. Just because I'm saying I like Snove, it might not be the best solution for you. So make sure that you're, take everything with a grain of salt, basically. I'm not affiliate to any of these. This is just kind of out of my research for 2023, like what's going to be the best tool that you can use to get your cold email campaign off the ground. And so if this is not something that you're used to or that you have done before, go with one of these all-in-one tools. Obviously with Instantly, you'll need Never Bounce to go work with it. I think you can still send out emails. It has unlimited email accounts. Yeah, you can send out emails from here. Pick and choose your own journey is what I'm going to say. So that's kind of it. That's what I've got. Let's do a quick recap. 1, get a new domain that's not any close to your main domain. Then you want to warm that inbox up or warm that domain up. So that you can get to a point where you're sending hundreds or thousands emails per day and it's not going to get tagged, or that it will still reach your prospect's inbox. After that, you want to start building your list of leads who you want to send emails to. Then you want to verify those emails. You want to use some sort of tool to verify the emails. Then you can start sending it out. You can use any automated sales or automated email tool to then send it out. There are separate ones that is just for sending, which I believe Mailshake is just to send emails out. Yeah, it's just for outreach, automated outreach. And it does have like a service, right? Email warm-up service. It connects to your domains and stuff like that. Up to you how you want to use it. I'm going to use Snove. I'm going to set up my whole email campaign on Snove, and I'm going to show you that in the next video. So go check that out. I'm sure you're going to be able to click it somewhere here. But those are the tools that, just from my experience and what I've been seeing online, is going to be the best options for you to drive a successful email or cold email campaign. So hopefully that was helpful, and all the best to your journey. Because honestly, if you have a B2B offer, you shouldn't be sleeping on cold email. It is absolutely what you should be doing. And I promise you, as long as you are consistent with it and keep it up and do all the things that I said to make sure that you're going to reach the prospect's inbox, you will be successful. And you can see just from numbers all over YouTube or even any other platform, cold email just still performs. It is still the classic tool that people use to do business, more so than social media. Even though social media is important, some business owners or the decision makers may not be on social media, but they are in their inboxes and checking it daily and multiple times throughout the day. So that's all I got for you. I hope that was helpful with the tools, and then I'll see you in the next one. If you want to see how completely to build out from zero to finish on Snove.